Kevin Alt, former Mr. Basketball from Warsaw, will try.
15 minutes ago, Elway was hurt. They were attending to him on the field. He had fumbled the ball. A 21-0 lead had become 21-17. He was being worked on the bench. Jacksonville was driving the other way.
Right. And now you look at this final score, Al, and you think, whoa, what would have happened if Denver wouldn't have turned it over twice deep in Jacksonville territory?
And number 30 would not be on the bench if those ribs were ailing too much. I think he will be 100% for his travels next week.
Maybe if there was a very key play in this game, it would be the Wydell snap.
He is right there. He usually gets to walk with Coach tonight over to his bench. Let's take a look now at the starting lineups brought to you by the Sagamore Health Network.
And for the Bears from Southwest Missouri State, Ken Candlebinder starts at one forward along with Ken Stringer. The big guy, 7 feet tall, John Paul Nelson in the middle. Kevin Alt, 1995-96, Mr. Basketball from Warsaw, Indiana, along with Fonterly, who's also an Indiana native from Gary. For Indiana, Robbie Eggers will get the start at one forward along with Andre Patterson, who had an outstanding game against the Dons from San Francisco. 1996-97, Mr. Basketball, Luke Recker will start at one guard along with Michael Lewis, and the leading scorer for the Hoosiers, A.J. Guyton.
We'll be back with the opening tap. Steve Alford and the Southwest Missouri Bears against Indiana. You're watching Big Ten basketball from the ESPN Plus Network.
Again, the winner of this game, the Denver Broncos, will wait. If Miami wins tomorrow, Denver goes to Pittsburgh. If New England wins tomorrow, then Denver matches up against Kansas City, a team they knocked off as Mike Shanahan accepts. Congratulations. Third down and 10.
You know, interestingly, when we asked Mike Shanahan yesterday about, do you have a sense of whether John Elway's coming back next year, Mike said, not only next year, I would.
Mike Shanahan has brought to Denver.
Hey, John can play till he's 50 if they keep rushing for 300 yards.
Burnell hits McCardell. Taken down at the 31-yard line. In the waning seconds of the game, if Denver goes to Kansas City, they already beat them here on opening day, lost to them on the Stoyanovich field goal in the other regular season game at the end, and Stewart makes the catch, barring a penalty. This will do it, and the game ends at the 5-yard line. The Jaguars threw a scare into them, a big scare at one point. But the Broncos, strong at the start, strong at the finish. And on they go in the AFC playoffs. The final score from Mile High Stadium, the Denver Broncos 42 and the Jacksonville.
William Gladness will get the start. Had a great game against San Francisco, 12 points. Uses that good quickness inside. And that should be an advantage for him today against Southwest Missouri.
Well, Norm Ellenberger mentioned in the pregame, so as you take a look at the officials, tonight's officials are Eddie Hightower, Sam Licklider, and Tommy Clark, all from the Big Ten. But they talked about Gladness, and I think from what they were saying, they've been working with him on not taking that little 5-10-foot jump shot. They want him taking it to the basket and getting to the free throw line.
Nelson, 7 foot 250. He's jumping against Andre Patterson, 6'8". And we're underway. Gladness comes down with it. Indiana has the first chance to score.
It will be a man-to-man defense. Steve Alford never knew anything different when he played at Indiana, and that's what he starts out with tonight.
Gladness tries the middle, and he gets trapped. Indiana's first turnover. 12 is William Fauntleroy, 6'1" sophomore. He'll play outside at the point. Stringer.
Travel.
And first turnover there. That's been Candlebinder. Big score at 12.5 points a game.
Turned it over about 16 times a game. I'm sure that's a few too many times for Coach Alford. It's a team that will really, really help defensively. They really help back in the middle, especially when Indiana tries to drive the ball. You see Alt right back in on top of Andre Patterson.
Recker comes off a screen and misses. Southwest Missouri on the break.
Recker has been Indiana's top three-point shooter, hitting 10 of 24 so far this year. Southwest Missouri State, very intelligent team. They didn't have the break. Once they saw they didn't have it, they bring it back out. Make you work defensively, work the shot clock.
Stringer driving the lane is off.
Got Guyton with the blocking foul. Sam Licklider didn't feel like he got there.
Knight picks up his first.
Take a look at it. He drives down the middle. A.J. Guyton, it's pretty close. That's just one of those calls. Sam Licklider feels like he moved over in position after the player had left the floor.
Stringer hits the first points of the game. Only a 50% free throw shooter. Second one is good, and the correct pronunciation, Condell Bender.
Well, we're not anyone to ever mispronounce anything, so we'll make sure and get that right.
Our names have never been mispronounced, right? Foul again by Indiana, and good quickness by Alt as he quickly gets down the floor. That one goes on Recker.
Indiana not handling the basketball. They've had it 3 times, and they've turned it over twice. You can see just not a very good pass. Andre Patterson doesn't really go after it, and it turns into a turnover. Southwest Missouri very aggressive in the passing lanes here tonight in Market Square.
Trapped by Recker, the dish back, and Stringer hits the shot from the outside. 6'4" junior, averaging 5 a game. Inside is Patterson. He had a season-high 12 shots against San Francisco. This one's taken away again. No shot for Indiana. Long pass, and Patterson goes high to knock it out of bounds.
Nice to see Andre Patterson with the hustle right there, and Indiana continued not to handle the ball. It's 3 out of 4 times they've turned it over. They do a better job with pass fakes. Indiana trying to go straight up and pass over the top, all wide open. That's one he's not going to miss very often. They're going to get
Condell Bender.
Condell Bender. Okay.
The push from behind. That call came from the outside. Ed Hightower, Sam Licklider, and Johnny Clark, all from the Big Ten, the officials in tonight's game.
It's not a Candle Bender, but a Condell Bender. Okay.
4-0 now, Southwest Missouri.
There's a lot of open space right there in the middle.
Gladness takes it and misses on the shot. Alt brings it down. Again, the Bears try to run. Indiana back.
Pomeroy's a guy that's not going to shoot the basketball a lot. He's going to drive in the middle, as he did a little bit ago. Indiana, Alt takes it right into Luke Recker.
Created his own shot that time. That pass kicked away as Lewis tried to get it down on the post.
Indiana not only having trouble getting on the score, but they're having trouble even finding shots.
Inside pass, Guyton, and layup is good. Gladness found him on the baseline.
Just about to say, I think this is when A.J. Guyton really needs to step up and find a shot for Indiana. He'd be their leading scorer. And an outstanding cut. Right there, Pomeroy again. Penetrating dish. Nelson standing out about 12 feet away. Positions himself for the jump shot.
Michael Lewis stops, jump line baser. Jump shot is good.
Indiana guard's going to have to hit some jump shots here early to open up the middle. Southwest Missouri not convinced that Indiana can shoot the jump shot.
And Nelson goes right back outside. Pomeroy open for 3, off.
Going to get Nelson over the back.
Tried to get around Patterson for that rebound.
Very good job by Indiana right there. And they got Pomeroy, the gentleman they would like to shoot the basketball, did shoot from the corner.
Recker cuts in the middle, and a foul.
On Pomeroy. He tried to beat Luke Recker to the spot. Didn't quite make it. Almost got there. He went down underneath the screen, but got caught.
Number 12, William Pomeroy, is first.
32 is Danny Moore, the 6'11 junior in now.
even though he didn't start, he is probably their best player as far as he averages almost 18 points a game and an outstanding player.
Andre Patterson jumper off. Gladness right there. The tip and again.
Yeah, quick, William Gladness up off the floor. He got up and down twice before anybody else got up once. That's the real advantage William Gladness can use inside is his quickness.
Arnold Roy tries to dish and tipped out of bounds, so the Bears retain possession and the 2-point lead. You're watching Big Ten basketball from the ESPN Plus Network.
Back in Market Square where Indiana trails the Bears from Southwest Missouri 8-6. DeAndre Patterson, a nice drive up. Watch William Gladness up. Misses it off the back of the rim. Up again. Good reaction and good athleticism, able to get Indiana a quick 2 points right there.
Indiana's 6-2 run. There you see the field goal shooting. Indiana has been below 50% their last 4 games. They have been above 50% the previous 4. Here's Alt. Lewis staying right on him.
Good defense by Michael Lewis. Right out on top. Alt came off that screen wanting to shoot that jump shot. Shot clock down to 5. They're needing to look for a shot. Stringer going to go one-on-one against Recker.
Michael Lewis chases it down.
Good Indiana defense right there. It's exactly what got them the win in San Francisco.
Patterson, turning shot off. Recker there.
Look at that hustle. That's outstanding hustle by Luke Recker. You just can't teach that. It's in San Francisco game. He did it 2 or 3 times, and you just don't know how big a bucket that is. Just pure hustle.
Ties the score up at 8. Alt from the outside. That's a 3-pointer. Very good shooter. 24 of 24 from the free throw line this year.
Quick release, too.
5 points. Outside shot off. Patterson calls timeout before he steps out of bounds. And let's see, it will be a 20-second timeout. Patterson hustled over to get that ball.
One of the calls they changed a little bit. Last year we saw guys sliding out of bounds and calling timeout. This year you have to have control of the basketball. And Andre definitely had control right there when he called timeout.
This 20-second timeout is brought to you by Outback Steakhouse. And Steve Alford has several Hoosiers on his coaching staff and roster. His dad, Sam, formerly coached at Newcastle, is an assistant coach. Kevin Alt, and Mr. Basket Boy. Fauntleroy is from Gary Roosevelt. Paul Murins from Terre Haute North. Bentonhausen from Lawrence North. Omar Lincoln is from Gary, and Danny Moore mentioned from Shelbyville. There's a look at Sam Alford, 29 years as a high school coach in the state of Indiana. Went to Southwest Missouri with Steve when he took the job.
See, they're in a zone here. They usually do not play zone. They usually play man-to-man inside. Good job by Andre Patterson finding the outside man. A.J. Guyton buries it.
He was ready for that one. And now Indiana's tied it up at 11.
Coach Alford won't like that. Going to a zone, and they end up getting a 3-pointer.
Fauntleroy a drive all the way to the hoop. And banked it in.
A.J. Guyton having trouble getting over that screen out top. That's the one problem Indiana has defensively.
Recker on the drive. Again, Guyton off a pick. Lewis outside is off. Danny Moore with the board.
Great recovery by Southwest Missouri State. Indiana, nice job moving the basketballs. Alt takes a quick 3 and buries another one.
He was right on the NBA line. This, of course, the home court of the Indiana Pacers. 8 now for Kevin Alt. Drive and a feed by A.J. Guyton.
Steve Alford's looking around. He feels like he should have got A.J. Guyton for a charge. There's a much better job by A.J. Guyton getting around, fighting around the screen.
Guyton all the way down, left-hander off. And Alt comes away with it. Guyton with the foul.
A.J. Guyton got up in the air. I think he wanted to pass the basketball, but nobody else was able to get down the floor that quickly. He had to kind of throw it up.
Larry Richardson will check in for Indiana. Guyton now picks up his second foul. He stays in the lineup right now. 25, Omar Lincoln, 6'8" freshman from Gary Wirt, now in the lineup.
This is when Coach Alford will go right at A.J. Guyton. He'll try to get Fauntleroy more involved here, try to take Guyton down inside and try to get that foul. Southwest Missouri State, a team that will take advantage of problems.
Good steal by Gladness, stepped right in on that bounce pass. Guyton ready for a three. Lewis chases it down. Gladness and a block is called. Tried to draw the charge.
Eddie Hightower was right on top of it. He was waiting on the play. I mean, he's standing right here where the camera is. You see Alt in pretty good position, but again, he's all the way under the basket. I think that might have something to do with why he did not give him the charge right there. Gladness kind of lowered his shoulder.
First on Alt. Indiana nearly threw it away. Here's Gladness on a drive.
See Moore really using his body against Gladness. Gladness
double team and out of bounds.
Gladness not near as big body-wise, and Moore, when he tries to go to the basket, Moore really putting a body on him, doing a nice job defensively.
Indiana will have 22 seconds to shoot.
Tries Indiana, doesn't try to take Luke Recker a little bit inside there. He does a nice job getting inside. Again, Southwest Missouri State with quick hands, able to get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds. Record quite a bit bigger than Fauntleroy, who was trying to guard him at this point in time. Indiana needs to see that and try to get him down inside and let him work.
Butch Shamba, 52, 6'6" junior from Belgium in the lineup. Last night discussing with Ed Hightower, wanted to know if there was a change of possession that would reset that shot clock.
Eddie Hightower says no, we're going to stay at 15 seconds.
Not the one that just went out of bounds. The one before that is the one Bob Knight was questioning, and the call remains 15. Here's Recker. His defender falls down, and Recker hits the baseline jumper.
Fauntleroy fell down right there, but again, Indiana, I think, will try to go to Luke Recker as long as Fauntleroy continues to guard him. We'll see if Coach Alford makes any changes.
Shamba spinning inside, the shot off, and Indiana will have possession.
Omar Lincoln doing a nice job on the board right there. Almost got his hands on it. Larry Richardson able to keep him off the board. He knocked it out of bounds. Lincoln did.
Ryan Bettenhausen, number 10, 6'1" junior from Lawrence North, now in the lineup.
See, the one thing that Indiana talked about in the pregame, or Coach Ellenberger, is getting the ball out of Guyton's hands, and he becomes more of a scorer.
Richardson's shot is off, and Lincoln pulls that board down.
He is a strong guy. He went up strong for that board right there.
6'8", 225, just a freshman.
Bettenhausen in the game, Indiana has to be concerned. He's the guy that can shoot the basketball much better than Fauntleroy.
More inside and traveling. He tried to get to the hoop. 3 turnovers now for Southwest Missouri. And the Bears lead it by 1. You're watching Big Ten basketball from the ESPN Plus Network.
Number 12.
Lots of red-clad Indiana fans at Market Square Arena. Steve Alford, 44 and 26. That's Southwest Missouri State. He spent 4 years at Manchester College in northern Indiana to begin his college coaching career. Pass inside, and that's Lincoln defending on Richardson.
I like the way he plays, though. He plays very, very hard. He's very strong inside. Look at it inside. William Gladness is going to look once. Not there. Now he's going to go back. And you see, they don't get him right there, but they get him right there when he goes after the basketball. They got Lincoln holding on to Larry Richardson.
Lewis driving the lane and lays it in.
Excellent cut by Michael Lewis. He gets to the basket, but it's all about coming off of that cut. He comes off that screen very, very tight, reads the defense. The defense is following him. Because of it, he gets a layup.
Moore misses. Recker has it. Luke Jimenez in the lineup for Indiana. He's got the ball. Inside to Richardson, and Lincoln slaps it.
What a play.
And the steal.
Talked about him earlier. He just plays total out. I mean, he really plays hard.
Shamba way outside. And here comes Lewis going to that left hand. Shot is blocked. Offensive foul is called on Lewis.
Take a look at Michael Lewis. The time before, we don't get to see him cutting off, but here you can see the defender is trailing right there. Moore does not step over in time. He takes it up strong. Excellent read by Michael Lewis. Good pass by Luke Jimenez.
Indiana has its first lead of the game, 17-16.
A questionable call on the other end as far as Michael Lewis taking the ball down inside. I can't believe that he can knock those big, strong guys down. But
Indiana trying to come up with a steal. They do, and finally out of bounds. Both teams hustling for that ball. Nelson will knock it out of bounds.
Great hustle by Larry Richardson. Eddie Hightower standing right here in front of us, and as Nelson went for the ball, his body is laying on the out-of-bounds line. That's the only reason Indiana's going to get it. Rob Turner enters the lineup for Indiana.
See Richardson right into the front row.
I would think Rob Turner would be a guy that would really give Southwest Missouri State fits. I mean, he's got tremendous quickness, a guy that can shoot the basketball from the outside. I think Indiana would try to get the ball in his hands and let him work a little.
Linus working inside, picks his dribble up. And that ball knocked out. Indiana retains possession.
Great move by William Gladness. He did everything but make the shot. Made a nice step through. He got all the way to the basket. Got to finish it.
Gladness again goes up strong and just off. Richardson follows. Gladness and the foul. Indiana hitting the board.
Boy, Thompson, no, both up. Larry Richardson went up strong. William Gladness kind of shakes his head. He just can't believe it. I just cannot get that thing to go in there. But watch, you see Richardson, he's going to get shoved right here. You can see all kind of falling off bounds, but Gladness just out jumps Nelson right there, then takes it back up as Nelson fouls him.
Two shots for Gladness.
Great hustle on the board by Indiana.
Danny Moore back in for Southwest Missouri. Gladness hits both, and Indiana's lead is up to 3. 19-16, Southwest Missouri got off to a 6-0 start. And then Indiana has fought its way back to finally get their biggest lead of the game. It's now at 3.
See Michael Lewis on Alt. Kevin Alt, who lit Indiana up for a couple of three-pointers early. If you'll watch, Indiana is usually very much a help defense-oriented team, but watch Michael Lewis. He's going to stay chest to chest with Alt. They do not want the help off of Alt. They do not want him taking jump shots.
Lewis right up on Alt. 3 seconds is called on Southwest Missouri. 4 turnovers now. There's your turnovers. Pretty well even. Here's Gladness again working the lane. Misses Richardson with the tip. And no, Richardson will pick up the foul. Ed Hightower with that ball.
He goes right up over the top of Nelson right here. William Gladness needs to learn to fake when he makes that original move right there. See, Larry Richardson jumps first, but Nelson definitely has the position. He goes right up over the top of him.
Both Gladness and Richardson have a quicker jump than the Southwest Missouri players. Makes up for some lack of height. Stringer on the drive, and Turner will pick up the foul.
I think Coach Alford will tell Stringer to get that ball off the floor. Stringer doing a lot of dribbling out front. Not very happy with that. He didn't get the advantage right here. You can see Turner bumped him right there. Good call by the official.
Bounds underneath. Inside pass, and the foul. This one on Richardson. Moore with the post-up position.
Moore presents a little bit of a problem for Indiana. Indiana doesn't really have anybody as big as Moore. Indiana has people that are a lot quicker, jump a lot better, but Moore is a very intelligent player. He positions himself very well inside. Once you get caught behind, you just well stay behind and do the best job you can. He's an outstanding free throw shooter.
Hits that one. He's scored in double figures in all 42 games he's played for Southwest Missouri. Quite a streak. There you see it. And right now he's got his first two. And the lead now won by Indiana. Rob Turner coming off a screen for a jump shot.
I think that could be a real confidence builder for Rob Turner. We saw him have that huge game against Kentucky. He had 19 points in about the first 14 minutes. Since that time, he's really not played that well. I think he introduced himself to America, and he had tougher defenses.
Stringer follows that one in. Gladness with the position. There's the shot fake, and he gets it to go.
He needs to use that shot fake, especially if it's against bigger guys, because of his quickness. He's going to get around them that first step. Right now, he's getting around them. You see, he'll get around him, then a little shot fake. He got more off balance, but he's going to get around them because of his quickness. Once they get caught behind you, then a little shot fake, and you'll definitely get him up in the air, a little lean into him as he did right there in a three-point play.
Indiana pulls out now to a 5-point lead. You're watching Big Ten basketball from the ESPN Plus Network.
In Indianapolis, where Indiana leads Southwest Missouri Bears 25-20. Let's take a look. Nobody blocking anything. Moore takes the shot. Rob Turner, he just hit a jump shot. He forgot to come play on the defensive end. Coach Knight, I'm sure, talked to him about it. But Stringer, a very hard player. He goes to the board each and every time. You got to get a body on him.
And we mentioned Southwest Missouri, a very good rebounding team right now. Indiana, 7 offensive rebounds. Lewis with the steal. Tipped away. Gladness picks it up and takes it in. And Alt picks up the foul.
Great defense by Michael Lewis is what got it started, though. Michael Lewis played a great game against San Francisco. He only scored 6 points, but he had 9 assists, and he played 40 minutes. And we talked about when he can play, can get the ball out of A.J. Guyton's hands. Guyton can become more of a scorer, but defensively, he's really done a job on Alt. Coming in the game against Kevin Alt, who hit 2 3-pointers early against Indiana, and Michael Lewis has really done the job.
Gladness hits that free throw.
Knocked that ball away right there. William Gladness couldn't quite come up with it. Finally got a hold of it.
Pomeroy checks back in for Bettenhausen. Gladness misses his first free throw. Defense, Jimenez. Stringer in the lane, turns and hits the jumper.
A lot of pressure from Turner right there, too. Stringer just stuck it right in his face.
8 now for Stringer. So it's Alt and Stringer with the bulk of the Southwest Missouri scoring. Lewis baseline. Dishes. Turner just off. And there's Gladness again, an 8th offensive rebound for Indiana.
Just very, very quick to the basketball.
Turner tried a 3 and missed it.
Turner should have made the layup the first time. An excellent pass by Michael Lewis. Turner, ball kind of rolled off his hand.
Danny Moore inside. Good steal by Robbie Eggers. Gladness 2-on-1. Now 3-on-1. Gladness to layup.
Rob Turner saw it all the way, but it's an excellent play by William Gladness. You can see he's finally starting to understand right there. He knows coach doesn't want him handling the basketball unless it's to put it in the basket. Indiana knocks it away again, they're going to get Rob Turner with the foul on Stringer. But an excellent play by Gladness to wait on Turner, then get it back and lay it in.
Second now on Turner.
Number 23, Rob Turner.
Take a look at it right here. He's waiting on him. You can see we got a 3-on-1 right there. Kevin Ault just has no chance when it's done right. William Gladness made the right decision right there.
Stringer hits. Andre Patterson back in.
Stringer really keeping Southwest Missouri State in this game. We showed the rebound where he didn't get blocked out. He hit the shot right over Rob Turner, and then once again he's shooting free throws. So he scored the last 5 points, and if he makes this one, make it 6 for Southwest Missouri State.
Good hand for Gladness as he leads. Stringer good again.
I think the coach has been working with his team on free throw shooting. They shoot almost 76% from the line. We all remember that Steve Alford only shot about 90% from the free throw.
Best all time at Indiana. And that Stringer blocks the shot by Patterson. Stringer averages 5 a game. He's got 10 already here in the first half. Recker comes back in. Turner comes out.
Coach Knight really trying to get Rob Turner. You take a look at Recker, but he's really trying to get Turner back into the flow of things. The guy that needs to score points for Indiana.
Lewis felt the double team. That left Robbie Eggers open. Shot is off. And Alt tracks it down.
Coach Alford calls out fair post. They're going to screen.
Pomeroy came off it and ready to let it fly as he hits it.
He just steps out. It's a little two-man game.
Pomeroy with 4 points now. Lead is 2. 4 straight points by Southwest. And Patterson turns and hits.
Andre Patterson continues to do that. That'll be very, very difficult. They'll have to start taking somebody and doubling down on him because he makes a couple of those where he just faces up. Next thing he'll do is start taking it to the basket as Kevin Ault.
Pomeroy on the drive dished it back out. Ault hit a 3-pointer. His 11th point.
Relax for just a second. Kevin Ault's going to find the opening. So far, he has yet to miss from beyond 3-point range.
Patterson, a quick move that time, draws the foul.
Take a look. Michael Lewis kind of back on his heels right there. See, he knocks it down, but that's a guy, you know, it's easy to talk from the sidelines, but that's a guy that you definitely want to drive the basketball. You know, Pomeroy is more the total opposite. You want him, you know, taking jump shots. We're going to get Luke Jimenez on the fouls. He leaned in right there, but against Ault, you definitely got to make him put it on the floor, not shoot jump shots.
Personal foul, Indiana. Number 12, Luke Jimenez. His first
Both teams now with 9 team fouls. That'll put Ault back at the line.
Plus the bonus. Number 24, Kevin Ault for Southwest Missouri.
Kevin Ault has yet to miss. He's the guy. Oh my goodness. He had not missed, huh?
You're my man.
Hexy Wexy. Huh?
You're the guy. Recker comes out with that rebound. Lewis missed the shot. Double team. Pass deflected off the net. Jimenez in the lane. Indiana having trouble getting those slow shots to drop.
That's got to be a foul on Jimenez. No foul called, but he tripped him right there.
Recker gets the layup on the feed from Jimenez.
Excellent hand by Luke Recker to pick that ball up in traffic. But Pomeroy kind of got tripped from behind.
4 minutes left in the first half. Ault. Harder for him to create that shot.
Lots of pressure right there. Good block out by Indiana. Robbie Eggers in the game did an excellent job blocking out.
Recker open and hits the 3-pointer.
Coach Alford going to go for a timeout right there. Sam Alford comes out. As you take a look at Luke Recker, that's a big 3, but they can't leave him open. The 22nd timeout for Southwest Missouri.
Steve Alford calls the troops over, and Dad Sam really out there trying to get the team fired up. This 22nd timeout brought to you by Spieth.
Mr. Spieth sitting right over here behind us, huh?
Steve Alford was all-tourney in the Hoosier Classic, 84, 85, and 86, 3 years in a row.
Well, what happened in 87? Oh, that's year they won this. Yeah, I got it. Okay. You can see Fauntleroy gets tripped right there. Turns into a big bucket for Indiana as Southwest Missouri had gotten it back to within 1.
Now it's Indiana by 6. Inside is Moore, and Jimenez blocked that shot, and Moore tipped it out of bounds. Great defense inside by Indiana. They lead it by 6. You're watching Big Ten basketball from the ESPN Plus Network. 3.5 minutes left, first half.
Take a look at the last time down the floor. Talk about Luke Jimenez positioning himself. That's the main reason he plays. It's not because he's a great ball handler, because he's a great shooter. Offensively, he gets the ball where it needs to go, but defensively, he positions himself. He's the guy that's always in the right position. Not the quickest guy in the world, but very intelligent on the defensive end of the floor. You can see he knocked the ball away from Moore right there and got Indiana another possession.
There's the shooting percentage. 41 for Indiana, but a lot more shots they've been able to take than Southwest Missouri.
It's a big possession right there. Indiana could have taken it all the way out to 8 points, maybe even 9.
Alt comes out ready to shoot. Ball nearly tipped in by Indiana, and they finally come away with a rebound. Recker 3-on-2, stopped. That shot blocked, and Alt a good defensive play.
96, Mr. Basketball just picked the 97. Jimenez aware that Fauntleroy not really going to shoot the basketball. You can see him back up, play position.
Lewis stops and hits the jumper. 6 points from Michael Lewis.
Robbie Akers is trying to get down to the floor, trying to fill that lane, but a good play by Michael Lewis. A good fake. One little fake creates an awful big shot.
Indiana now by 8.
Alt starting to tire a little bit. You can see the last time he came off the screen, he didn't get the height on his jump shot he had before.
Inside Recker.
Almost at the three-point play. Good ball movement by Indiana once again.
And the foul against Southwest Missouri.
Personal foul, Southwest Missouri.
Take a look at it.
William Fauntleroy.
Right here, good ball movement. Recker moved in where all he has to do is catch.
With the double bonus.
Should have got that one in. I'm sure that's one he'd like to have over again, knowing Luke Recker.
Freshman from Auburn, DeKalb High School. 80% free throw shooter. Brings a lot of enthusiasm to this Indiana team.
He brings a lot of everything to this Indiana team. I mean, he just seems to continue to make a lot of big plays for Indiana.
Robbie Eggers comes out, a nice hand from this crowd and Bob Knight.
At real crucial times, some people seem to have that ability.
Recker misses both.
And not happy about it as he runs down the other end of the floor. They're going to get the hand check right there. William Gladness. The problem is usually they will let you use your hand as long as you got him down around the hips. That time he kind of touched him up around the shoulders, and they're just not going to let you hand check him up around the shoulders, chest area.
Condelbender at the line. His first point, averaging 12 and a half.
Kind of a strange free throw as he shoots, kind of very stiff-legged. There he got a little bit more bend that time, but had no problem with either one. 2 minutes left in the half, and it could be a very, very important 2 minutes.
Patterson posts right in the lane. He's got it, triple teamed, and the jump hook is in.
He's incredible when he gets the ball and has a mindset of I'm going to score with it. I mean, he just raised right up over Moore, who's 6'11", and put that little jump hook in.
Moore shot blocked, and rebound is in.
Good position by Moore down on the baseline.
Ball deflected and a foul. Moore pushed from behind and picks up the foul.
Kind of a late whistle right there. It looked like there was no question that he shoved him. But, the whistle came a little late. But better to tweak it late than never.
3 on Danny Moore. He'll probably come out for the rest of the half.
Southwest Missouri looks a little winded out there. We talked a little bit about Alt. Did you see him holding down as Indiana misses his 3rd free throw in a row? But Alt looks very tired. I'm sure they'll get more out of there as Lincoln checks in.
Substitution.
And that allows Lincoln to come in for Moore.
Lincoln replacing Moore, number 32.
Lewis, good pressure, the steal. Recker open. And the jam.
But it's all set up again by Michael Lewis. Excellent defense. Face guarding Kevin Alt. Knocked the ball away. Luke Recker, the beneficiary of easy 2 points.
And he again shows that enthusiasm. Alt misses.
See, once again, he came up short right there. He just doesn't have the legs under him. Michael Lewis really making him work for every point he gets right now.
Condell-Bender inside, off his foot. Out of bounds, Indiana.
Took it about 1 dribble too far right there. Condell-Bender could have stopped and pulled up instead he got a little deep. Dribbled it off his foot.
Indiana forced 25 turnovers against San Francisco on Monday. 12 now here in the first half for Southwest Missouri.
Shot clock off right now. Indiana going to go for the final shot.
17 seconds. Indiana trying to get its biggest lead of the half. It's 9 right now. Patterson shot fake up and no good. And let's see, a rebounding foul on Patterson.
Coach Knight's going to tell him he wanted 1 shot, but I'll tell you what, he made an excellent move, and he just did not shoot the layup. Coach Knight obviously wanted the 1 shot, so the worst that could happen is that they go in. The worst that happens is they go in up 9. Now, if Southwest Missouri ends up hitting this and get it down to 7.
Free throw off. Alt comes out. And Pomeroy comes in. Alt has 2 fouls. Owen picked his 3rd up. Alt 11 points, leading scorer for Southwest Missouri. Recker has 11 for Indiana. Gladness has 10. A.J. Guyton comes in for defense. Indiana with
for offense, obviously, with 9.8 seconds, they want Guyton, one of their best 3-point shooters. So now they've got Lewis in the game. They've got Recker. They've got Jimenez. They've got 4 guys, and even Patterson could step out. Any of these guys can shoot the jump shot, and any of them can shoot the 3-pointer.
Indiana by 8. Full court press. There's Guyton. Patterson 3. Off the rim. Tipped is no. Recker after the buzzer. And Indiana takes the lead 42-34 at the half as Steve Alford tries to regroup and rally his team. You're watching Big Ten basketball from the ESPN Plus Network.
For you.
Whereas 50 years ago, the United
No. Thank you. No, thank you for letting me, enjoy the anthem this week. I really appreciate it. Solid. I look forward to that. I don't know.
I'm feeling very sick to my stomach.
But that conversation has to be after the conversation you have with Charlie about religion and education. Ours will be after that. What does it look like on the monitor?
It's network television, pal.
Yeah, we'd be on.
Not a lot really sticks out as far as field goal shooting, free throw shooting. You can see both teams very, very even right there. The only thing that really sticks out, Indiana on the boards offensively. You can see they had 10 rebounds compared to Southwest Missouri State's only 3, and points off of turnovers. Indiana did a nice job handling the basketball, only turned it over 6 times. Southwest Missouri State turned it over 12, and because of it, Indiana 11-0 on turnover points. Leading scorers, you take a look, Kevin Alt hit 3 3-pointers early. Michael Lewis, a nice job after that. Kevin Stringer also kept them in the game by hitting 6 points in a row there at one time. He has 10. For Indiana, Luke Recker with 11. William Gladness with 10. Patterson with 7. And their leading scorer, A.J. Guyton, only played 9 minutes. He only scored 5.
To Mr. Basketball's the leading scorers, as you would expect. Luke Recker for Indiana. You're watching Big Ten Basketball from the ESPN Plus Network. Ready to start. Let's take a look at Andre Patterson. And you mentioned he gets that look in his eye. Here's a post-up by Patterson in the first half.
He's bound and determined to get the ball right here. Now, look, he's going to score. Nice move up and right up. Yeah, leaned into the defense so he couldn't jump and try to block that shot. Outstanding play. In the end, like to see him with that determination every time down the floor.
Pass gets away from the Bears and a turnover.
Talked about Indiana leading 11-0 on turnover points, and Southwest Missouri turns it over again.
Patterson on a baseline move is pushed out of bounds. And that's Condell-Bender. Second foul.
The personal foul, Southwest
Staying a man-to-man.
This
out of bounds play.
Pick for Lewis on the out-of-bounds play.
You can see that's the shot William Gladness would have taken not long ago.
Shot fake by Patterson, comes back out.
Still plenty of time. Indiana's still got 20. They're going to get Nelson right there as he leans over the shore. When you get caught behind people, you just can't reach around. They're just going to call fouls on you.
3 now on Nelson.
Personal foul, Southwest Missouri.
Quick fouls here. Second half.
Southwest Missouri really cannot afford to get in foul trouble. Not only does it put Indiana to the free throw line, but it makes it very, very difficult, especially if they lose a couple of their big men, Moore and Nelson in particular.
Ball deflected out of bounds. Indiana retains possession. Recker sets it up at the point.
Be surprised if Recker doesn't try to Pomeroy down inside.
Gladness does take the shot and hits it.
You can see he thought about it, though. They've been working all week in practice on him driving his man to the basket. But if he can step up and hit that shot, now he's that much more effective when he does get ready to drive. So far, they've been playing for nothing but the drive. They being Southwest Missouri State.
Stringer inside. Condell-Bender, a 3 outside, no. And Patterson comes away with it. 3 on 2. Gladness lays it in.
Great pass by Luke Recker. Good hustle by Andre Patterson to come up with that loose ball.
Now it's Indiana by 12. Nelson stops a little jump hook there, hits it.
Nelson on the assist from Fauntleroy, number 12.
Recker on the drive, floats in, no. And Nelson comes away with it.
Gladness had a hand on a good strong rebound by Nelson.
Fauntleroy all the way to the hoop, and he draws the foul on Patterson.
See how he did a nice job of getting up in the air and then hanging. Watch how he gets by Guyton. Now he's going up like he's going to shoot, but he hangs in the air until he gets Andre Patterson to commit himself. Draws the foul, and he'll shoot two.
Number 12, William Fauntleroy.
Fauntleroy shooting the free throws.
So he struggles from that line, 63%. He gets there quite a bit, 46 already he's taken this year. Indiana by 9. Their average winning margin at Hoosier Classic is 25 points. Only 2 games have been won by less than 10 points over the 15-year period.
Personal foul, Indiana. Number 45, Andre
Foul on Patterson.
His third personal.
And that is third foul. That's why Bob Knight is off the bench.
Another turnover. He called for an offensive foul. Don't get an attempt. That goes down as a turnover.
Michael Lewis goes down, no call. And Kendall Bender can't get the shot. And again, this one will go against Southwest Missouri on Nelson.
Take a look at it.
The personal foul, Southwest Missouri. Number 45,
Kendall Bender gets it inside, and you can see just not able to get it. They got Nelson with the shove, 45 from the back.
Patterson on the block.
They're going to call him for a shove right there before the shot. On the floor is what he's saying. He's not saying good basket. He's saying he got him on the floor, and I think that's a good call as he tried to turn.
Condell Bender picks that one up.
I just cannot pronounce that guy's name. I'm going to have to let you handle that. So number 24, we're seeing right here. You can see pushes him right there before he gets ready to go up. Good call by Eddie Hightower. He definitely was not up off the floor shooting when he fouled him.
Nelson comes out.
The personal foul of Southwest Missouri. Condell Bender is third.
Record of the basket, layup good.
It doesn't work many times, but it's nice to have a guy like Michael Lewis who checks it just to make sure, in case it is open. That time it was. Southwest Missouri with a mistake. Nobody helped out on the cutter.
All trying to get warmed up here in the second half. Fouls his own shot. Lewis missed the block out.
He's really having to work for every shot he's getting the last 10 minutes.
And now a whistle away from the ball.
Personal foul, Indiana. Number 24, Michael Lewis.
On Michael Lewis as
His
he
second
was
personal.
called for holding.
And Coach Knight's point is very well taken, and he tells Michael Lewis, you know, you play great defense. If you don't block out, then we don't get a foul. If you do block out, because we get the basketball.
Ball's on the drive. Patterson on the block. Out of bounds, Indiana.
Lincoln knocked it out of bounds. But all having to work so hard to try to find shots right there. Andre Patterson. It's good defense right here. He's having to work very hard. He's a guy that likes to shoot. He'll go to the basket, but Patterson's standing back there waiting. You can see Lincoln tips it out of bounds. That's one there. Andre Patterson's got to step up and hit. He's the guy that can shoot that jump shot.
Guyton on the drive all the way. Off the rim. Fauntleroy gets in and can't hit it. Boy, the layup's tough to come by today as Indiana has moved its lead up to 11. You're watching Big Ten basketball from the ESPN Plus Network. For Arena, it's Indiana now by 11. And some other scores from around the country. North Carolina gets by 2. Georgia had them on the ropes.
That was the give.
Get away. Maryland, a big winner. And Georgia Tech also wins on the road. Here's the surprise. Louisville over Kentucky. The Wildcats go down. Xavier up in the first half.
They're
And
not
the Roman
happy
Youth's
in
playing later.
Kentucky unless you live in Louisville. Traveled. Sure
Guyton.
did. Shuffled his feet. A.J. Guyton really having a problem getting going here tonight.
Big Ten scores. Purdue won by 2 over Providence. And Michigan State over Eastern Illinois. Alt three-pointer is off, and Recker comes down with it, but Stringer tied him up.
Possession to Indiana. Recker went way up and got that basketball. One other score that we didn't have is how about those Vikings coming back and beating the Giants today in football? I couldn't believe that. My goodness.
Patterson inside. Passed it back out and out of bounds. 9th turnover now for Indiana.
So coach telling Andre as Andre runs back down the floor, Andre, you're coming up, nobody's guarding you. They're just playing him for the drive right now, or the passer. He's got to stand up and hit that shot. He's a good shooter. Conroy's very, very quick, and he's excellent with that. Excellent with that crossover. Indiana with numbers here.
Gladness. And the ball gets away. Boy, both teams having trouble keeping their hands on that ball.
William Gladness has got Kevin Auld on him when he comes down right there. That's one that he's got to come down. He's got to take that little 5-footer. He's got to go up with that little jump hook. He's got to take it. Let's see if Moore helps on Recker this time. You can see he did. He stayed down low, helped out on Luke Recker. He's not able to get to the basket. They're going to get Stringer right there for holding on to A.J. Guyton.
Patterson set the pick. Guyton came around.
Personal foul, Southwest Missouri, number 5, Ben Stringer. His first personal from the team's bench.
Drive all the way by Lewis, and Gladness gets the layup.
Tell you what, Michael Lewis has been the difference here for Indiana, both offensively and defensively, getting it where it needs to be and not letting them get it where they want it.
Gladness now 16 points. His second big game in a row.
He talks about his quickness being a real problem. We're going to get Lincoln for a blocking foul for Southwest Missouri State, but the quickness of William Gladness
Personal foul,
really
Southwest Missouri,
poses a
number
problem for
25,
Steve Alford and his Southwest Missouri
his
Bears.
second personal from the team's 6.
Indiana by 13 and 15 as Patterson hits the jumper.
What Coach Knight just talked to him about right there. Southwest Missouri going for a timeout.
It's Indiana's biggest lead of the night. 14:09 left, second half. It's a 20-second timeout as Steve Alford just needs to regroup his team. But again, Indiana playing better as the game goes on. This 20-second timeout is brought to you by Outback Steakhouse. IU has had its chances over the years to play in NBA arenas. And in 26 games in the 90s, 23-3. All 3 of those losses have come in NCAA tournament play. And good look at Steve Alford, just inducted into the Indiana University Sports Hall of Fame on October 31st of this past year. Became eligible as a graduate 10 years out of school and was elected to that prestigious honor. Second half field goal shooting, not very good for Southwest Missouri. Indiana, well, at 5 of 8. Steal and a foul on Alt. Indiana really out hustling Southwest Missouri.
Well, it's all happening on the defensive end. I mean, by Michael Lewis taking Alt out of their offense, it's really become difficult. Fauneroy trying to do everything on his own. He's trying to get inside, but watch how A.J. drops off. Now, see, they're starting to play him for the pass. They're starting to play Fauneroy for the pass, knowing he's not going to shoot. Indiana drops off when he gets in the air. There's just no place for him to throw it.
3 now on Alt.
14 minutes, almost 14 minutes left in the game, 13:54 to be exact, and Indiana already in the 1-and-1.
Lewis gets that roll. Indiana with 3 team fouls.
Sam Licklider has something to say to Patterson and Moore down inside.
hits both.
See if A.J. Guyton, now he's got to change his defensive strategy. No longer playing the guys for a drive. Bettenhausen, a guy that can step up and shoot it. As you can see, they're trying to run all off screens and get him shots, but he's having to work so hard that when he does get it, just hasn't been able to knock him down here in the second half. As we showed, only 1 of 8 for Southwest Missouri so far in the field.
Back one on Lewis. He now has 3. Way outside to Moore. Moore only 4 points. As mentioned, he is yet to have a game where he doesn't score in double figures. Quick pass to Lincoln. Dribbles off his leg. 3-on-1. Recker slams it again.
Good defense. Recker knocks it away. Lewis picks it up. Recker streaks down the floor. Indiana's defense, the difference. Southwest Missouri not able to deal with it here in the second half.
15 now for Luke Recker. Alt outside hits that one.
You get 3.5 for that?
That was an NBA 3 behind that black line. 14 now for Alt. Here's Lewis. Gladness missed the layup, but a foul.
Well, they got by with it once, and they almost did it again as Michael Lewis continues to drive the left baseline. That time, William Gladness couldn't get the ball in the basket.
Personal foul, Southwest Missouri, number 32, Danny Moore. That's his 4th personal and the team team.
Very quick lineup in there for Indiana. It's really paying off defensively, and they don't seem to be getting hurt that much on the boards.
Well, I mean, it's a very quick team, especially with Gladness in there, very quick off their feet. I think a lot of people had questions when Collier left the program, but obviously a different look for Indiana, but I think in many ways it could be a different look positively. I mean, they're much quicker offensively. There's not as much post work, a lot more cutting offensively, and defensively they're just much quicker.
Gladness long on that one. Bettenhausen pulls it.
Coach Knight upset Bettenhausen over the line a little quickly, but the officials did not call it. That's a travel right there.
You got that one right. Condell-Bender with the travel.
Left foot is moving all over the place, and that was
number 45, John
foot that needs to stay placed.
17 turnovers now. And Indiana's lead is 17. It just keeps building little by little.
Main stat tonight is going to be points off the turnovers. You see Gladness just doesn't come to that basketball. Nelson able to just get a hand on it, but William Gladness just goes to the ball.
Tough for Southwest Missouri to get the shots they want tonight. Shot clock's at 10. There's one they'll take all night. Condell-Bender, a three-pointer. He has 6.
We're going to a fist, which obviously means 2-3 zone for Southwest Missouri. So Indiana, Coach Alford going to see how Indiana is on the change-up defense. This is where A.J. Guyton needs to position himself in one of the openings.
Patterson inside, jumper's good.
See Patterson just a little quicker off the floor. He gets the ball inside. Doesn't have to worry about Nelson jumping up and blocking. He just goes right over the top of him.
11 now for Patterson. Cross court. Condell-Bender off, and Guyton the rebound. In the lane. And offensive foul. Condell-Bender had position. Guyton ran into it.
A.J. really struggling here tonight. Just can't seem to get it going.
But Indiana holds the 16-point lead. You're watching Big Ten basketball from the ESPN Plus Network. By half.
In the first half, Indiana got 16 more shots than in Southwest Missouri. You take a look at it right here.
Scoring by half.
Scoring by half,
42.
excuse me.
17-9 here in the second half, so Indiana's increased its lead. foul trouble starting to build for Southwest Missouri. 2 players with 4. And big guys inside with 4 each.
Of those 9 points, Southwest Missouri, 2 of them have been 3-pointers. So Southwest Missouri really having problems on the board.
Nelson follows that one in, though.
Finally got it in the basket right there, the lid on it.
Richard Mandeville in the lineup for the first time. He replaces Patterson.
See, Southwest Missouri goes right back to the man-to-man. That pass is not there. Good defense.
Bettenhausen to Kondelbender, score the basket, and foul on Gladness. So 2 quick baskets by Southwest Missouri after the timeout.
You can see the pass is late. He's got to get it right when he comes off the screen if it's there. Good pass by Bettenhausen. Good bounce pass. Kondelbender able to catch it, convert. Gladness knows he's made the mistake, as you can see it on his face right there. Only a 2-pointer, though, as Kondelbender missed the free throw. Indiana not real sharp offensively.
Mandeville turning jumper is off. Recker there for the board, and stolen now by Alt. Travel by Alt, and turn over to Indiana.
A.J. Guyton has got to get himself involved. Going to get Bettenhausen right here. See, Luke Recker's going to bump into him right here. In most cases, that's going to be a foul. You can see they call because he does change his pivot foot, but the reason he changes pivot foot is because Recker bumps into him.
Recker will be at the line. 1-1. This is again, that's 3 in a row. Recker has missed.
Continues to hit the front rim. Let's get a little bit more air underneath it.
All he could do was save it. And a foul inside. And foul on Mandeville. So he comes right out. Robbie Eggers in for him.
Bonus out of Becker, Southwest Missouri. Substitutions both ways. William Pomeroy, number 12, back in for Southwest, replacing Ken Stringer. And for Indiana, it's number 32, Robbie Eggers.
Nelson, good on the first. So Southwest Missouri cutting in the lead now. It's down to 11. Indiana built it up to 16. Recker there for the board. Gladness posts up. Jump hook is off. And Recker and Eggers foul on Bettenhausen.
Looks like Robbie Eggers and Luke Recker are fighting among themselves. Both, you can't really tell whose hand it is up there. Bettenhausen ends up getting the foul.
His second personal, the team's 10th.
Take a look at it right here. You can see Gladness off the back. You know, Recker, see right there, Bettenhausen did get a hand in there and knocked it away from Eggers as he grabbed a hold of his forearm.
Eggers gets the roll.
He puts a lot of spin on the ball. He really spins that basketball. You at home, you'd like a little rotation on it, not quite this much.
That one in and out. Nelson back to the basket. Pomeroy kicks it out. Bettenhausen off on his jumper.
Good block out by Robbie Eggers. He didn't come up with it, but neither did Nelson. What you're trying to get accomplished.
Recker, tough shot in the lane off the backboard.
came off the screen. He thought he was going to have the shot. Nelson stepped right up there. Couldn't quite get it over the top of him.
Both teams having trouble getting the shots they want.
Called the timeout.
Timeout. Fauntleroy had to call the timeout as tried to avoid the held ball call there. Bad shot by Recker the last time down, and that will be 22nd timeout. This 22nd timeout is brought to you by McDonald's. Indiana this year has been the comeback kids. They are 3-1 when they've trailed at the half, and those victories against San Francisco, UAB, and South Alabama. Last year, Indiana was 4-9 when they trailed at the half, so a good sign there for this Hoosier team.
Even a better sign would be if they weren't trailing at the half and still winning.
In a perfect world, is what you're talking about there. Because you are going to trail at half from time to time. There's a good look at Sam Alford. Started in Monroe City, his first job in high school ranks, Martinsville in the early 70s, and then on to Newcastle. He played his college ball at Franklin College, where he was a national leader in free throw percentage.
Oh! A.J. Guyton never takes a dribble and covers about 25 feet. I think he catches it outside the three-point line. Excellent job. Good pass. Michael Lewis, once again, knocking it away, coming up with it, getting the assist.
Guyton goes for the steal, tips it, and out of bounds. There's a good look at Guyton, and Lewis playing a good game today as that floor leader. Eight minutes left now. The lead 14 for Indiana.
3 seconds. Oh,
Fauntleroy had that ball tipped, and now it goes to Cody. Bill Kobe, 6'9" sophomore, and he gets a lay-in. Here's Guyton.
Yeah, they really help up into the lane. Southwest Missouri not going to let you cut down the lane.
Gladness takes it in. Nelson has to foul him.
You see, he was going in to dunk that when Nelson had nothing else he could do right there except foul him. That'll be his last. Good penetration by Michael Lewis. Gladness not going to take this enough soft. He's going up to dunk that, and you can see Nelson comes over, grabs his left arm.
And that is his 5th foul, so Nelson leaves. He had 7 points.
Nelson being replaced in the lineup by number 32, Danny Moore.
Danny Moore checks in for him.
Danny Moore so far not had the type of game he needs to have if Southwest Missouri expects to win against an Indiana-type team.
Gladness hits that free throw.
Substitutions for both teams.
Gladness down 6 out of 13 from the field, 5 of 7 from the line, 6 rebounds. Kevin Alton comes out. Luke Jimenez comes in. Big hand with 14 points.
Big hand, I think, that was from Michael Lewis because of the job he has done on Kevin Alton.
14-point lead for Indiana. You're watching Big Ten basketball from the ESPN Plus Network.
Back in Market Square, where Indiana leads Southwest Missouri 64-50. Take a look at Michael Lewis going to knock the ball away right here. Gladness knocks away. Lewis comes on. Now, watch how far he gets it out here. He got it outside the three-point line. 2 big steps. We're in for the easy layup and an easy 2 points for Indiana. Again, though, it all starts on the defensive end. Michael Lewis has had a great game tonight. Only scored 7, but he's been fantastic on the other end of the floor.
10 assists. Fauntleroy twisted his ankle there and lost the ball. 20 turnovers now for the Bears.
Fauntleroy just, if he could shoot the basketball for Southwest Missouri, it would really make them, really make them tough. That's when you'd like to see Luke Recker just lay it up off the glass. They all count 2. Either they're dunked in or laid up off the glass. But see, they're going to call the push right there. He gets pushed a little bit, but I think more than anything, he just got caught too far underneath the basket. He got bailed out.
2 free throws. Number 4, Luke Recker.
Fauntleroy really creates problems for his own team because he cannot shoot the basketball. And when teams start laying off of him, he's got to start looking to shoot that basketball. I always felt the only way you could get better shooting was just keep on shooting. Right, lad?
In the game or in practice?
Yeah, wherever.
Game,
you know,
right?
wherever.
16 now for Recker. And there's a bomb outside. But Shamba must like that three-point shot. He's taken 2 now in the game.
Indiana got their offense up a little bit higher, up off the baseline, gives Recker a chance to cut along the baseline, and guys like A.J. Guyton. Plenty of time, want to work that shot clock. Shot clock down under 15 now.
Recker baseline, now in the middle.
Oh, what a great pass.
Got it to Gladness. Tries to get that shot to go, and a foul.
Great no-look pass right there, though. Recker catches it. He sees Gladness cutting corner of the elbow right down the lane. Take a look at it. Gladness, we're going to make the cut right now. He's looking right at us. He passes right to him. That's one you'd like to see Gladness just catch and go right up with. But again, it's not a perfect world. As my good friend, Mr. Laskowski, take a look by Shamba. You see, he gives him time to set. Good shooters have time to set. They're going to knock a good percentage of those down. I think that the perfect thing has been Kevin Alt. When he had time to set early in the game, he hit 3 out of 3. Since that time, they've made him really, really work. And you wonder, you know, why you want to make a guy get up in his face. When you make him work, it just makes it that much tougher as the game goes along.
There's more inside. Turning shot is good. 6 minutes left. Indiana by 13.
Southwest Missouri continues to hang around. Indiana not able to get it up over 20.
Recker again, a back cut.
Excellent pass by Robbie Eggers. Saw the cutting Luke Recker. And that's what we talked about, getting the offense up off the baseline. It gives those guys like Recker and Guyton a chance to cut.
Benhausen thought about it. They want to go down to Moore. Eggers on him. Moore fading on that jump shot, and Guyton can't get it, and it goes out of bounds.
Guyton's entire night's been a little bit like that all night. As you see him slap his hand, he went up for an really good rebound right there. He really got up off the floor, just couldn't get a hold of it.
Four on the perimeter now, and one inside is Moore for Southwest Missouri. Shamba on the drive.
It's on the pass, though.
Recker picks up the foul. Indiana over the limit. It'll be 1-1.
Indiana, number 4, Luke Recker.
2 fouls on Recker now. Gladness having a career night for Indiana. 21 points now. And that is his career high as a Hoosier. Shamba hits that. 6'6" junior, 188, only averaging 3 points a game.
See, 6'6", 188.
188.
Substitution, Southwest Missouri, number 24, Kevin Alt. Alt replacing number 4, Billy Coffey.
Coffey leaves and Alt comes back in. Southwest Missouri needs to get that firepower going to try to catch Indiana. Shamba hits that one. His 5th point. Guyton to Gladness. In and out. And Eggers gets it in.
Robbie Eggers has come in the last 2 or 3 minutes and done an outstanding job. See, Luke Recker missed the first tip, but Robbie Eggers was right there.
Alt looking for the shot all the way.
He really is a big part of their offense, and when you shut him down, it really creates problems for them.
Danny Moore working on Eggers and a foul.
Not all that bad a foul right there, though. Danny Moore had made an excellent move. He was going to get an easy layup. Robbie Eggers going to make him earn them.
Personal foul, Indiana, number 32,
Robbie Eggers out of position, gets beat right there on the first step. He's just going to lay it up right there. Slaps him. If you're going to get him, you just well slap him
Danny
good.
Moore at the line, number 32.
Make him earn them. He's an excellent free throw shooter, though. Expect him to make both.
Attaboy, Kitch.
Okay.
Like your style. A guy's 24 out of 24. Hadn't missed in 9 months in the first half. You did it to Alt, and now you're doing it to Danny Moore.
Wow.
You're something. He gets 1 out of 2. Charlie Miller will check in soon, and that rings a nice hand from the crowd.
See, Southwest Missouri's went to a 2-3 zone right here. Kind of strange when you're down. But the number of points they're down, you're trying to create turnovers. I guess they feel like they're going to do a better job out of the zone. It's much easier to hold the ball and get it down under 10 before you take the shot.
Gladness in the lane, and the layup good.
Nice up and under move by William Gladness. Didn't try to go up over the top of the bigger Danny Moore.
23 now for Gladness. Shamba off, and saved by Guyton.
Going out of bounds, Guyton says, I'm not going to take any chances. Things haven't exactly been going my way tonight, so I'll knock it back in and make sure we get the ball.
Under 4 minutes left.
Southwest is going to have to get out of this zone, go to a man-to-man, try to create some turnovers here.
Recker. Jumper is off. Moore has it. Now it's 3-on-1. Bettenhausen to Alt.
Nice job by Southwest Missouri. Nice job running that break.
Recker looks the baseline, works the baseline there. And now the middle. Blocked from behind. That was Stringer. Blocked it from behind. It looked like Recker had the layup. Shamba misses the jam. And Stringer gets fouled.
Shamba was going to take it up and dunk it. He went up strong, but Indiana able to knock it away. Take a look, he's loading it up. You can see Gladness gets the ball right there. Stringer comes up with the rebound. Robbie Eggers.
2 free throws, Southwest Missouri. Ken Stringer, number 5.
With the hip. So Stringer will get 2.
Having a good night tonight.
He's a good player for them. I mean, he really very, very aggressive in the first half. Did a nice job. He had 10 points in the first half. So
Robbie Eggers leads with a good hand from this crowd.
I think Coach Knight's still real comfortable, though. Only leading by 13. You never know with almost 3 minutes still left in the game, especially with the kind of firepower Southwest Missouri has.
And Indiana now by 12. You're watching Big Ten basketball from the ESPN Plus Network. Indiana by 12. Time now for the Synergy Power Player of the Game, brought to you by Synergy, where energy comes to life.
It goes to Michael Lewis. Didn't score a lot of points. We're going to get a chance to look at a nice little basket right here. A little fake. Go up for that little jump shot, knock it down. Only 7 points, but he's been much more important to Indiana. 10 assists. He's done an outstanding job on Kevin Alt.
Michael Lewis calls the 22nd timeout to avoid the turnover.
That's a good play right there. That's, if you're going to have the 22nd timeout, just well take advantage of it in situations such as that.
Our next telecast will be tomorrow night, and looks like it'll be the final game of this Union Federal Hoosier Classic.
We've got a new time for that, don't we, Les?
Western Michigan or UNC Charlotte. 7 o'clock p.m. is tip-off of that game. That's correct. Game used to be at 9 or 9:30 and moved up. Sunday night game will be at 7 o'clock.
Now, are you picking any winners in that second game?
No, but I do have a sentimental favorite, Western Michigan, coached by Bob Donald, my former high school coach at South Bend St. Joe. Had a nice visit with him this afternoon. So we'll see how the Broncos do. Indiana taking its time now. 5 to shoot. Charlie Miller off the front of the rim.
Indiana having problems scoring about the last 3 minutes here of this basketball game.
Danny Moore inside.
Foul. That'll be a three-point play, and it's going to be down under 10 points.
Personal foul, Indiana, number 3.
Moore's getting himself right under the basket. Looks like he likes it down there.
See, Fauntleroy does a nice job. You can see Moore's the guy that eats off the feeds by Fauntleroy. Indiana's done a pretty good job tonight not letting Fauntleroy get into the middle.
Andre Patterson checks in. Moore a little jerky on that one, and it's off, but tipped out of bounds by Indiana.
Stringer able to keep it alive right there. Indiana not able to come up with that rebound. A three-pointer right here, knock it down to 7. There's still 2 minutes left in the game. Looked like Georgia was going to win them a basketball game today against the #1 team in the country, and they forgot how to finish the basketball game because of North Carolina able to come back and win on the road.
Steal by Patterson as he used good defensive position there. Big turnover by Southwest Missouri. Pass stolen. Here's Fauntleroy.
They'll take it the distance, you can bet, too.
Miss. Moore on the rebound. Let's see what the call is.
Basket is good.
Moore followed it up, got the rebound, and again chance for a three-point play.
Still a lot of time left. You can see Fauntleroy takes it the distance, just kind of throws it up. Indiana forgets to go rebound it. There's Moore. Thank you very much. Michael Lewis grabs his arm, and he'll get a chance at the three-point play. Good hustle by Danny Moore.
Moore gets his 11th point and again misses that free throw. That keeps that streak of double-figure games alive, and it looked like it was going to end until just the last couple minutes.
Surprised Southwest Missouri maybe doesn't come out and try to foul rather than let Indiana run time off. They're close enough. A couple missed foul shots.
And there is the foul.
They're going to give it to him, too. Eddie Hightower felt like he was in motion towards the basket. Coach Alford can't believe it. But an excellent move. We saw against San Francisco, Andre Patterson really got involved. Good fake right here, a little up and under. It felt like he fouled him right there. Earlier in the game, he didn't get the call. He's going to get it that time. It's a big one for Indiana. It stretches it back out to 10 points.
Andre converts on the free throw. Recker comes back in. And timeout by Indiana. See if they take a 20. Full timeout by Indiana is the call, as Steve Alford wonders about that last call. You're watching Big Ten basketball from the ESPN Plus Network. 11. Minute 22 left. Let's take a look at our key play of the game, sponsored by Key Bank. Key for a new America. And the play you just saw.
Andre Patterson, a big bucket for Indiana. As Indiana having trouble scoring down the end. Gets the three-point play and puts that Indiana lead back to 10.
Alt's looking at that. Good fake there as he launches one off. Out of bounds to Indiana.
The free throw, Patterson bucket actually moved it out to 11. A minute left. Look for Southwest Missouri start trapping the basketball everywhere. Indiana's got to find openings.
1 minute in regulation.
Good job by Michael Lewis. Indiana's got plenty of points to win the basketball game. The only thing they want to do, the enemy is the clock right now. You just want to run it down as quickly as you can. It's always a position you hated as a defender, chasing them around. It always meant one thing.
Personal foul, Southwest Missouri.
Fauntleroy picks that one up.
That's his third personal.
And Indiana goes to the line.
Wasted about 25, 30 seconds on the shot clock right there. I'm sure Coach Alford, if they're going to foul, he'd like to see him foul in about the first 5 seconds.
Free throws exactly even. And well below each team's average. They're both well in the 70s.
A.J. Guyton, normally an excellent free throw shooter, struggled in the other areas of his game tonight, also from the free throw line.
Moore comes out as Guyton hits the second free throw. 45 seconds left. Alt. That one off.
Looks like Andre knocked that out, but I guess Bettenhausen got his hand on it.
Number 50 in the lineup. You're going to love this guy, Matt Reuter. I'd love to see this guy on the block. I want to see what he does. Yeah.
A little rooting down inside.
Larry Richardson checks in as Patterson comes out. Nice game for Patterson.
Second game in a row. Andre Patterson got to a very slow start. I don't know this is his senior season, but against San Francisco, I thought he did a nice job. And here tonight, he came back strong again.
14 points for Patterson, and he was the MVP of this tournament last year. And he'll need a big game tomorrow to repeat that. As Indiana will move to the championship game. And their 31st consecutive win in this Union Federal Hoosier Classic. Steal by Southwest Missouri. Lob pass off, and Lewis ties for that one.
That's what I found. After he threw it away on the other end, he knew he needed better get down the floor. Excellent game, though, by Southwest Missouri and Coach Steve Alford.
And that'll be it. Our final score is Indiana 78, Southwest Missouri 66. Our next telecast will be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock when the Hoosiers take on the winner of Western Michigan and UNC Charlotte, the championship game of the Hoosier Classic. Game action begins at 7 o'clock right here on ESPN Plus. For Ted Kitchell, this is John Laskowski. Good night from Market Square Arena.